I've worked in the entertainment business for more than 40 years, and certainly been through many ups and downs. But I have to say that today is definitely one of the toughest and certainly one of the hardest and saddest days for me in my career. For half of those 40 years, my complete focus has been on nothing other than building this company and running and caring for all of you in it. My job is about finding the right strategies and making the best decisions. Several years ago, I felt the best way to grow the company was to increase our production capacity to 3 films per year. And I'm afraid that this has been anything but successful for our company. Meanwhile, other DWA initiatives have begun to bear fruit. Our television business is expanding tremendously. Awesomeness TV is becoming an online powerhouse, and consumer products is building to have a great upside for us. But today is about fixing what is broken in our core business, which is feature animation. I want to restate what I wrote in the blog that I sent out to all of you just a moment or two ago. Feature animation has been, is, and will always be the heart and soul of this company. But for it to remain strong and vital, we must take certain action and get this all-important business firmly back on track. The first step you already know about. We've installed outstanding new leadership for the appointment of Bonnie Arnold and Murray Soria as co-presidents of feature animation. They are quite simply the best of the best to lead DreamWorks Animation in the years ahead. Additionally, working in close partnership with Bonnie and Murray, I intend to refocus more of my time and efforts to support our movie-making enterprise. To ensure the quality of our films going forward, we are going to reduce our output to 2 films per year, 1 original and 1 franchise film. And of course, we're excited about the release of Home coming up on March 27th. But moving forward, our release schedule is as follows. 2016, Kung Fu Panda 3 and Trolls. 2017, Boss Baby and Croods 2. And 2018, Larrikins and How to Train Your Dragon 3. Captain Underpants, which is being produced outside of our pipeline at a significantly lower cost, is scheduled for release in 2017. Boo is shutting down and will be put back into development. Monkeys of Mumbai will not be proceeding at all. These reductions in output require reductions in personnel across all departments throughout the entire company. I'm speaking today here in Redwood City because this campus will be bearing the greatest brunt of this realignment. We will be consolidating PDI into our Glendale campus and closing Redwood City. An equal number of production people in Glendale and PDI will not have work going forward. About half of you who work here in Redwood City will be offered the opportunity to move to Glendale or to participate in our new technology initiatives, which are funded by third parties like Intel and HP. I realize that in the past, I've made pretty absolute statements that this would not happen, and I have to assure you when I made those statements, I absolutely believe them. But perhaps recently I was speaking too much from my heart. During the past month or 2 or 3, I've had to be completely clear-headed in charting what I am certain will be a successful future course for our company. And with that, it became increasingly clear that it was not cost-effective to maintain separate campuses. In total, we will be reducing headcount across the company by approximately 500 people. If you've been working on a film that has fallen from the schedule, this does not necessarily mean you will be leaving the company. We will continue to pursue, in addition, we'll continue to pursue the technology initiatives, which are a potential source of growth for the company. And as I mentioned, some of you who work in the technology end will be offered positions in these growing areas. I want to emphasize for those who will be transitioning out of the company, we will be putting a broad range of resources at your disposal. When I'm done speaking, Ann Daly and Dan Satterswaite in Glendale and Gail Curry here in Redwood City will take over to provide details. In just a few minutes, I'm scheduled to speak with our investors and analysts in a press conference call. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon and evening here at PDI meeting with a number of people. In order for this to not be a long, drawn-out process, each of you will be very quickly notified of your status and the resources being made available. One thing I know is uncertainty is the hardest of all, and so we are going to make every effort we can to communicate with each and every one of you here in Glendale so that that uncertainty does not hang out with you. Judging on any basis whatsoever, this is a really dark day. I know this comes as an incredible shock, and it has to be a profound disappointment. I assure you, I never imagined standing up here to make an announcement like this, but these are necessary changes to ensure that this company is successful going forward. As I wrote in my blog, this place is family, and this is really painful for me, and I know for you. I have spent nearly every waking hour for the past 20 years building DWA up, and now we actually have to downsize it. I pledge to dedicate myself in the weeks ahead to take necessary steps for this company to be as helpful as possible to each and every one of you, whether you're staying or you're leaving. I said at the outset that this is very sad news. And I know on some level, for many of you who I've known for almost 20 years, that I have disappointed you. Many of you, if not all of you. So I guess the only thing that is left for me to say at this moment is that I'm really, really sorry. Now, Ann and Dan in Glendale, Gail up here are going to take over to provide you with more facts, timelines, and most important, steps we'll be taking to make sure that those of you who will be leaving the company will get all of the support that you need and all of the support that we can give you. So, again, I'm sorry.
Here are my notes to Kleenex. I have been told that I need to be extremely redundant. When people's heads are whirling and their stomachs are churning, your listening skills get less. I have a very short message, but I'm going to be very redundant, so I apologize for that up front. As you know, PDI is special. We are special because we all fit in one room, and we have always been there for each other. We are a studio that was heads down production and technology. We knew, absolutely knew, that facilities was there for us, that DigOps was there for us, that the prod soups were there for us. We are a collaborative, caring, comforting studio that has always been in it together. We have gone through some great times, some celebrations that have been unbelievable. We have been through some hard times. 2013 was not easy, but we have always done it together. What I know right now is that everybody in this room is going to bring that same spirit to this horrible event. We are going to do it together. We know that each of you have individual circumstances. We know that many of you need to walk out to your cars and go home right now. You need to be with family or you need to be with friends. If that is the case, we totally understand and you can do that. If you need to be here because this is your family and these are your friends, we are fine with that also. You just need to take care of yourself right now. You should ignore any workload you have. If going back to your desk and finishing one last thing you had to do makes you feel better, we get that. You should be doing what you need to do. And here comes the redundant part. What we ask is that you stay in touch. We need to book meetings with you. Starting some people today, the vast majority of people not till Monday. As Jeffrey said, we know we need to move fast. However, many of the people we need to be your communicators and to run the paperwork that is needed to communicate with you are finding out right now. In other words, please have patience with us, but we will move as fast as we possibly can. So, redundant message, stay in touch, read your email, look at your calendars, answer your cell phone, look at your text. We will be setting up meetings. The other thing is that there's a group of people I really would appreciate if you could stay this afternoon. They are a little bit obvious. HR, if you could stay. Production management staff, Andre and above, if you could stay. Resource management team, if you could stay. I would love it if Conan and Kent, heads of layout, could stay. David and Kendall, production designers, could stay. And Hoka's Jason and Dave Torres could stay. If you could stay, it would really help. There's quite a few meetings that we would like to get done today that will then facilitate other meetings. However, we don't know how fast we can go. You may be staying pretty late tonight. I know I will be. We have many resources available to you. We are going to have outsourcing resources that are actually available today. We have reverse recruiting resources that are available today. If you have a pressing issue, please go and talk to HR. You can do that today. However, you should know we will have all these resources available next week. And again, if you just need to get in your car and go home, you should know that the resources aren't going to disappear. They will be there for you. So the major message is keep in touch. The second major message is, I know you're all going to be professional. I know you're going to bring to this event what you have brought to everything all along. And I know PDI is a very special place. Thank you.